What's up, guys? NFX here with a quick little tutorial on how to improve your mixes in probably the easiest way possible. Now, this isn't a one thing fixes everything type of technique, but this is a technique that you probably should be using in nearly all of your songs when you're mixing them. Basically, what I'm going to show you is how to do and why to do what I call a low cut. Some people call it high pass, some people call it a low cut, but I call it low cut simply because in my brain I'm thinking of it in terms of cutting out low frequencies. And the reason why you want to do that is there are a lot of instruments that do have what I would say audio energy in low frequencies that don't need the audio energy in the low frequencies in the case of an entire mix, especially when you're adding things like kick, bass, and sub, which do need low frequency to sound their best. So what you do is you take other instruments out of that frequency range, and that allows your kick, sub, and bass to sound cleaner, more impactful, and just better overall. So basically, I want to demonstrate what I'm talking about visually. I know that YouTube videos can alter the audio, so you may not hear a big difference in what I'm about to show you, but visually, you're going to see it. And you need to know, what you need to remember is that when a song is mixed and it has a lot of instruments together, all the frequencies of those different instruments get added together to produce the final output. And so what that means is if you have a lot of low frequencies that are being added into the mix to your other instruments, it's going to affect them. Okay? And usually what this will do is muddy up the low end. And I'm going to show you how to avoid that. So basically what I have on the screen is a very simple, it's an 808 kit with an electric piano. And I'm going to just use it to demonstrate for you how there are low frequencies in the places you might not think there's going to be. For example, if we look at the hats, and we're just going to look at the hats, and I'm going to bring up the EQ for the hats, and we'll actually solo the hats. But what I want you to look at with respect to this is how on the lower end of the spectrum here, the hats do generate frequencies down here. Now, you might think that they wouldn't, but watch. You can clearly see there's a bit of low frequencies being put into there, right? Now, let's look at the snare. I'll go ahead and focus in on just the snare. And you can see again, there's low frequencies. These have been sampled from an 808, okay? These are 808 samples. Obviously, if we look at the kick, we want the kick to have low frequencies. That's totally fine, but just you'll see that it has a lot more energy down here, but okay. So that's totally okay. But let's look at the electric piano now that I put in this mix. And look at the low end here. And you can see it has energy. So when all these things are playing together, they're mixing, the low energy is mixing with each other. The hat, snare, kick, and electric piano are all adding to this low end frequency. And what that can do when you have much more instrumentation, obviously, is it can muddy up your low end, and we're trying to avoid that. So the easiest thing to do, there are a couple things you can do. Obviously, there's many ways to do this, but one of the easiest things you can do, if you're lazy, is just go into the built-in EQ on the channel and just lower that one thing down. And that's automatically going to do some low cut. Okay, but that's not the best way to do it. Although maybe early on as you're working on a song, you might do that. the best way, if you want full total control, is to use something like a parametric EQ, which is what I have here. And what I'm going to show you is there's a preset called 40 Hertz cut, and basically it just makes this nice slope. That's why I use it. You could do it manually, but going to 40 Hertz cut will bring it up for you quickly. And then you can move this, and anything below over here on this side is going to be removed. It's going to be cut, okay? So it starts at 40 Hertz, but you're going to move it to where you need it. So let's say we look at this electric piano again. You could see there's information in here, even though the main notes live around in the 200 area. So we're going to go ahead and just move this down. I'm not going to cut all of the low out because it might add a little bit of body to it. You're going to have to use your ears to find the right location. If you cut it too much, you can hear it really affects the sound, but I could cut it about right there and I don't hear much difference in the sound. But what is it giving me? It's giving me free area over here. It's taking out those low frequencies. And we could do the same thing with the snare, for example. We'll just go into our 40 Hertz cut, and then we'll look at the snare. And we'll do the same thing for the hats. I'm doing this quickly, but you're going to use your ears and you're going to figure out where's, the sweet spot for it. So the hats, obviously I could cut way more, but now it's making a lot more room so that the kick, a sub if I had one, a bass line if I had one, would all have all that extra room to exist and sound as clean and the best that it could sound. So there you have it, the low cut mixing technique. It's easy, it's simple to understand, and it will instantly improve your overall mix if you start using it.